DCP told me it's not good for me to lodge the complaint because of my daughter. Now she is small, and when she grows up, people will start talking about her, and no one will be ready to get married to her. And he told me, see, this is your family thing, and it's not good for you to lodge the complaint.
Reporting a case is just the beginning of a very long and arduous journey where the child and the family are pretty much alone, and they move from one stakeholder to the other. So they're first with the police, and then they move on to the medical system, and then they move on to the child protection system, after which they move on to the courts. And our team understands the importance and relevance of holding that space for the child and being that linkage and the bridge between each of these stakeholders. And ये केस को रिपोर्ट करने में आपको किस चीज का
पहला दिन जो पूछताछ होने लगा तो हमको डर भी बहुत हो रहा था।
हाँ,
रोना बहुत रो रहे थे, लेकिन डर भी बहुत हो रहा था। इतना डर हो रहा था, क्या होगा मेरे साथ पता नहीं। गांव का आदमी सब सुन के क्या बोलेगा, लेकिन गांव में पता नहीं चलने दिए, तभी भी सबको पता चल गया वहाँ।
Enfold started providing support and rehabilitation services in 2011, and since the enactment of POCSO in 2012, there was a legal obligation placed on anyone who knew about a child facing sexual abuse or suspected it to report it to the police. Over the past 14 years, our team has assisted about 500 children as support persons and helped them through the processes of reporting, investigation, rehabilitation, trial, accessing compensation, and also equally importantly normalizing the child's life.
ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾಪ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಅಟೆಂಡೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ. ನೀವು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತು ನಾವು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು, ನಾವು ಮುಂದುವರೆದ್ವಿ. ಇದು ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. ನೀವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಗ.
There are a lot of limitations within the system, so the stakeholders themselves are overwhelmed in trying to respond to children and families. So our presence in bridging that gap between the child and the family and the stakeholder is a very critical role. इतना दूर से आप आए हो, एटलीस्ट बैंगलोर में हमारा जैसे बच्चों के साथ कुछ होता है तो किसी को तो फोन करके तुम बात कर सकते हो कि हमारे साथ ये हो रहा है. And
वो तो पहले तो कोई बात होता है तो पहले मैडम को फोन करते हैं.
I know.
पहले मैडम को फोन करते हैं.
ಅದೇನೋ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅವತ್ತು ನೈಟು ಫುಲ್ ಒದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳು, ನಾನು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳು ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
Why is it that we don't listen to them? Why is it that we don't answer questions? This is meant to be a system that protects children and cares for them, and yet we are too busy with, I don't know, legal issues, I don't know what it is, that they felt unable to just meet these basic needs of information and to be in connect with one another.
The best thing I like about the circles is you won't be judged for what you're saying or for what you have done, and you're free to open up to them. And today I've changed a lot, not the first, and that is because of them only. I wholeheartedly thank Enfold.
Yeah, so I think the Restorative Practices team formally came into existence in 2018, and it really came from the space of trying to deeply understand what justice means and how can we connect with one another, especially with children who may enter the child protection system or a school or in community spaces. How do we connect with them, create space for them where they can truly express themselves without feeling judged? And how can we offer them a frame within which to understand their emotions, to also deal with conflict and to address it in a meaningful way so that everyone can move forward.
While facilitating restorative circles with children and their parents or among children residing in childcare institutions, we have come to realize that The child protection system is really, there's a lot to be desired.
So it's important to understand where research comes in when you're looking at the scheme of strengthening the child protection system so that services are better reached to children and they're also able to enjoy the rights that they're entitled to in law. When we know that resources are finite, it's important to discern where exactly should our attention be, and that's where research comes in. It helps us understand whether the laws, policies, schemes are really working for children with them, and do they sometimes work against children? Could they be counterproductive in some ways? I think the research also helps us question how we understand and relate to the law by asking fundamental questions as to what does justice mean for children.
I think on the personal front, safety would mean the ability to live without a sense of fear.
A situation where one can be vulnerable with another person with the expectation that that person will again respond appropriately and value that trust that has been placed in that person.
A place where I feel accepted, belong, respected, and safe in the sense that nobody's going to attack me.
And on the professional front, safety would mean children having the confidence to be able to approach authorities like the police to, let's say, report a crime.
To be there for children and adolescents so that they can have a very dignified experience of childhood and not be shamed and labeled based on their actions.
20 years ago, we came up with the word Enfold, FOLD standing for Facts of Life Demystified. And today, the word has grown to enfold and encompass every child in safety, love, and dignity that they deserve. Help create safer spaces. Join us in our work. Support it either by donating, volunteering, or advocating for child safety.